Hello you over 263,000 members of the Brohirrim and all of you who haven't subscribed yet. Today we're delving into the life of one of Middle-earth's most talented yet tragic figures, Celebrimbor, the elven smith behind the creation of the Rings of Power. As a master craftsman and grandson of Feanor, Celebrimbor's story is one of ambition, betrayal, and legacy. From the halls of Eregion to the dark influence of Sauron, Celebrimbor's tale is a crucial chapter in the history of Middle-earth. So today, let's explore just what Celebrimbor was doing in the Second Age and before as the last of the House of Feanor.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
In Eregion, the craftsmen of the Gwaith Myrdain, the people of the jewelsmiths, surpassed in cunning all that have ever wrought, save only Feanor himself. And indeed, greatest in skill among them was Celebrimbor, son of Curufin, who was estranged from his father and remained in Nargothrond when Celegorm and Curufin were driven forth, as is told in the Quenta Silmarils. Celebrimbor, whose name means Silver Fist in Sindarin, was born in Aman during the Years of the Trees, before the year 1495. He was the son of Curufin, one of the 7 sons of Feanor, the most gifted craftsman among the elves. Celebrimbor's mother, whose name remains unknown, stayed behind in Aman when the Noldor were exiled. Celebrimbor inherited his family's extraordinary skill in craftsmanship, but notably lacked the dark temperament often associated with Feanor and his sons. After the darkening of Valinor by Morgoth and the theft of the Silmarils, Celebrimbor followed his father and grandfather into exile in Middle-earth. Although he did not swear the oath of Feanor, he chose to accompany his king, showing loyalty to his family but distancing himself from their more violent actions. In Beleriand, Celebrimbor initially resided with his father Curufin and his uncle Celegorm in the realm of Himlad. This region remained under their control until the Dagor Bragolach, the Battle of Sudden Flame, in the First Age year 455, which forced them to flee southwards to Nargothrond, the hidden kingdom of Finrod Felagund. During this time, Curufin and Celegorm gained influence in Nargothrond, seeking to control it. Celebrimbor, however, did not participate in his father's and uncle's political schemes against Finrod. He remained loyal to Finrod, showing a sense of justice and honour that contrasted with the manipulations of Curufin and Celegorm. When Finrod left Nargothrond to aid Beren, Curufin and Celegorm sought to usurp control of the kingdom. However, their true intentions were now revealed, leading to their exile. Celebrimbor publicly rejected his father's actions and separated himself from Curufin. He chose to remain in Nargothrond, highlighting his desire to distance himself from his family's more violent and morally questionable decisions. Little is known about Celebrimbor's specific actions during the remainder of the First Age, particularly after his father and uncle's exile. He likely remained in Nargothrond, contributing to its defence and possibly witnessing its fall in 495 of the First Age, when Glaurung the Dragon sacked the city. His activities after this event and until the end of the First Age are largely unrecorded, suggesting perhaps a period of low profile and reflection. So, this is where we do now reach the Second Age, and at the beginning of the Second Age, Celebrimbor joined Galadriel and Celeborn in establishing the realm of Eregion, or Hollin, around the year 750. This region was strategically located near the west gate of Khazad-dûm, or Moria, facilitating trade and cooperation with the dwarves. Celebrimbor became the leader of the Gwaith Myrdain, a guild of master craftsmen and jewel smiths, renowned throughout Middle-earth for their skills, second only to Feanor himself. In addition to his prowess as a craftsman, Celebrimbor proved to be an able political leader, maintaining strong relations with those dwarves in Khazad-dûm and the elves in Lindon as well. Under his guidance, Eregion became a prosperous realm, known for its beauty and the mastery of its jewel smiths. Celebrimbor's ability to foster alliances and lead his people contributed to the success of Eregion before Sauron's dark influence took hold. His ability to navigate these complex alliances was key to Eregion's early prosperity, and his openness to cooperation with the dwarves was a rare and progressive move in an age where tensions between these two races was often ran high. The decision to settle near Khazad-dûm was influenced by the recent discovery of mithril as well, a precious and near indestructible metal found only in these mountains in the lands of Middle-earth. Celebrimbor's love of craft and exploration of new materials likely drove his enthusiasm for this partnership. Celebrimbor developed a deep friendship with Narvi, a master dwarven craftsman. Together they created the Doors of Durin, the western entrance to Khazad-dûm, with Celebrimbor inscribing the famous Ithildin inscription being the starlight reflective material. This collaboration marked one of the rare moments of true cooperation between elves and dwarves, highlighting Celebrimbor's ability to bridge cultural divides. As Celebrimbor's reputation as a master craftsman grew, he attracted the attention of others with more sinister motives. It was during this time now of prosperity that a certain Annatar, the Lord of Gifts, appeared in these lands, claiming to bring wisdom from the Valar themselves. So it is around 1200 of the Second Age, and Sauron, disguised as Annatar, arrives in Eregion. He claimed to be that representative of the Valar, offering to share his knowledge of ringmaking, while Gil-galad and Elrond in Lindon had rejected him outright. Celebrimbor, desiring to surpass the craftsmanship of his grandfather Feanor, welcomed Annatar's guidance. Initially, Celebrimbor did have reservations about Annatar, suspecting that something was not quite right about his sudden appearance and vast knowledge. However, Annatar skillfully appealed to Celebrimbor's ambition, particularly his desire to outdo his grandfather Feanor in craftsmanship, which, all in all, eventually led to him embracing Annatar's teaching. Sauron's influence led Celebrimbor and the Gwaith Myrdain to forge the Rings of Power around 1500 of the Second Age. It took 300 years before they reached this point. Celebrimbor himself created the 3 Elven Rings later, Vilya, Nenya, and Naya, this time without Sauron's direct involvement, preserving their purity from Sauron's malevolent intent. In addition to the 3 Elven Rings, Celebrimbor and his smiths had crafted several lesser rings of power under Sauron's guidance. These lesser rings, while not as powerful as the 3 Elven Rings, were nonetheless dangerous tools that could influence their bearers, especially once Sauron had later forged the One Ring. These rings were eventually distributed to men and dwarves, with catastrophic consequences. While Celebrimbor intended them to be powerful artifacts of skill, Sauron's influence corrupted them, allowing him to ensnare their bearers when he forged that One Ring later. These rings were truly powerful artifacts. 100 more years later, that is how long it took for Sauron to forge the One Ring in secret in Mount Doom, where here he intended to control all other rings and their bearers. Celebrimbor, upon sensing Sauron's influence, immediately realised his error in trusting Annatar. After sensing the creation of the One Ring and realising Sauron's betrayal, Celebrimbor acted swiftly. His defiance marked him as a key figure in the opposition to Sauron's tyranny, though ultimately his forces were overwhelmed. He acted quickly to hide the 3 rings, sending Vilya and Naya to Gil-galad in Lindon and Nenya to Galadriel in Lothlorien. Celebrimbor's relationship with Galadriel was one of deep respect and perhaps even admiration. Some texts suggest that Celebrimbor may have in fact harboured unspoken affection for her, which might explain why he entrusted her with Nenya, the Ring of Water. This personal connection to Galadriel highlights the complexity of his character and his ability to discern true wisdom and strength in others. This act of defiance against Sauron marked the beginning of open conflict. Celebrimbor's actions demonstrated his bravery and his realization of the great threat Sauron posed to all 3 peoples of Middle-earth. So, in response to Celebrimbor's defiance, Sauron launched a full-scale assault on Eregion in 1693 of the Second Age. Despite the warnings sent to Lindon, Gil-galad's reinforcements led by Elrond arrived too late. the forces of Sauron led by orcs and other dark creatures overwhelmed the defences of Eregion. During the sack of Eregion in 1697, Celebrimbor was captured. Under extreme torture, Celebrimbor revealed the locations of the Lesser Rings, but withstood revealing the hiding places of the three. Sauron, furious at Celebrimbor's defiance, executed him brutally. His body was shot with arrows and then displayed on a pole as a banner to demoralize the elven defenders. Celebrimbor's death marked a turning point in the war. Eregion was left in ruins, its population decimated, and the remaining Noldor fled to the other elven havens. Elrond established the refuge of Imladris, or Rivendell, as a sanctuary for those fleeing Sauron's wrath. Sauron's victory was ultimately limited, as the Three Rings remained hidden and beyond his immediate grasp, preserving hope among the elves. The Three Rings crafted by Celebrimbor played such a crucial role throughout the Third Age, aiding in the preservation and protection of those elven realms of Rivendell, Lothlorien, and Mithlond. These rings allowed their bearers to maintain beauty, healing, and the resistance to evil, forming strongholds of light against Sauron's growing power. Celebrimbor's story is often seen as a reflection of the ongoing struggle against the corrupting influence of power and the resilience of those who seek redemption. Despite his initial failure in being deceived by Sauron, his final acts of defiance and his craftsmanship preserved hope for Middle-earth's future. According to one version of the legend, Celebrimbor crafted the second Elisar, a green gem that had power to heal and preserve. However, in another account, the creation of the Elisar is attributed to Enerdil, a Noldoran smith of Gondolin. So, the exact origins of the stone remain uncertain, but Celebrimbor's craftsmanship would certainly have made him capable of creating such a powerful artifact. So although this part of the story can't be putting stone anywhere, I still thought it was worth a mention at the end here. After all, this stone was later given to Galadriel and eventually passed to Aragorn, enhancing his royal legacy and leadership during the War of the Ring. And so there we have it, Celebrimbor's life in the Second Age and before. His work significantly impacted the course of Middle-earth, particularly through that creation of the three elven rings and his role in the events that led to the War of the Last Alliance. His friendship with the dwarves, his tragic downfall, and his ultimate defiance against Sauron exemplify the complex relationships and legacies of the elves of Tolkien's world. Celebrimbor's story truly stands as a lesson to the dual-edged nature of ambition and the redemptive strength found in sacrifice. He truly left a legacy that shaped the fate of Middle-earth. And I would also like to take a moment at the end of this video today to give you a quick update on The Guard, the short film that we are creating. Everything is going amazing. We have just shot block 2 and the rest of it should hopefully be shot soon too. As always, it is all the money from our Patreon that is funding this. In essence, it is a no budget production if you consider the large scale of film, but every pound that you give is a massive help to create an incredible story. I'm putting a couple of shots on screen now and some behind the scenes clips to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So if you would like to help support it a little bit more to help push us over the line, then please check out our Patreon. Every little bit really helps. And with that, now it is time for my question of the day, which is, do you think Celebrimbor was a fool to be fooled by Annatar, or was Sauron too powerful for him to resist? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section down below. And now it is time to give a massive thank you to our patrons who continue to support the channel. You are all amazing. And if you have reached the very end of this video with me today and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It would massively help us out. And why not drop a like on the video as well? And with that, all I can say is, thank you for spending just some of your time with me today, and I will see you next time on The Broken Sword.